Hey, it is summer here in the Southeast, and that means ticks. Here in North Carolina, we have just about every tick-borne disease you can get. So I like to protect myself, and that means more than just spraying with a tick or mosquito repellent. I also use an insecticide to treat my clothes and my gear. You may have heard of it, permethrin. So this will actually kill the ticks if they get on you. And I'm gonna share with you some of my favorite tips for using permethrin. Tip number 1, wear gloves. Follow the instructions on the bottle and wear gloves. When your clothes are dry, it's safe, but as a liquid, it is not considered safe for humans, so you do want to protect yourself. Tip number 2, this may not apply to everybody, but anytime I have a lot of sprays, and you're going to be doing a lot, I tend to get this, the spray bottle tends to wear down on my thumb, so I like to protect it with moleskin. You can also use a Band-Aid, gauze, anything. All right, tip number 3, I put a towel down on a hard surface like my porch, and that just helps protect my clothes from getting gunk all over it. Tip number 4, and this is the biggie, I put an item of clothing under an item of clothing. So I'll take the pants that I'm gonna treat here, and then I'm gonna have this shirt that I'm also gonna treat, and I'm gonna put that on top. So you may be asking why. The reason for this is that the bottle says it's going to treat up to 5 pieces of clothing. But when you spray, so much of that spray goes everywhere, and why not just get some of it on another article of clothing that you are gonna treat anyway? Tip number 5, if you start to run low, I focus on where the ticks can get in. So the arms, the neck, and the bottom. If you're gonna skimp anywhere, skimp in the middle. Now, obviously, I do like to treat everything as well as I can, but again, something's better than nothing, but concentrate on the bottoms. Tip number 6, as you start to spray, you're gonna see the item tends to change color, so you'll know that you're getting it. And rather, it's gonna get soaking wet, so rather than continue to spray it if you see you need some more, I take the item and I start rolling it up. So why not let some of that extra liquid treat the item as you go, and then you can start looking for spots that look lighter in color, and you know that those are the areas where you need to go back and get a little bit more on them. Again, it just helps it go further and you're not wasting as much. Tip 7, if you happen to have 2 identical pieces of clothing like I do, grab a Sharpie and hit that tag. I put a 1 on one of them and a 2 on the other. You could do an A or a B, whatever works for you, just so you know and can tell them apart. Lastly, tip number 8, make a list. You'd be surprised how you think you can remember what you treated, but you can't really. So I hope these tips are helpful and you will go out and get some permethrin and protect yourself against the ticks this summer.